Namaste students, myself Sunil Kumar from the Department of Computer Science. Today we are moving to second session based on the chapter 11 pointers. And today's topic is pointer and arrays, array of pointers, pointer and strings, pointer as function arguments and pointers and functions. In the last session, we discussed about the pointer. What is a pointer? Pointer is a variable that holds the address of another variable. That actually is a pointer. Pointer is a variable that holds the address of another variable. That is actually the pointer. Pointer also defined like normal variable. Here is the general syntax to define the pointer. To declare the pointer, data type, pointer variable, then star symbol is known as pointer variable. And last session we discussed about AND operator and pointer operator. AND operator is unary operator. It will return the address of its operand. Then pointer operator, it will return the value of the variable located. It will return the value of the variable located. In this session, we are going to discuss about pointers and arrays. What is the relation between the pointers and arrays? When you declare an array, its name is treated as constant pointer to the first element of the array. Remember, when you declare an array in a C++, remember its name is treated as a constant pointer. No need to declare separately pointers. So its name is treated as a constant pointer to the first element of the array. Means normally array is pointing to the first element. This is known as base address of the array. The first element, address of the first element is known as base address of the array. In other words, base address is the address of the first element in the array of the base address A of 0. So normally you can say when our base address means it is pointing to the first element means A of 0. So array means it's a constant pointer and base address means the first element A of 0, that is known as base address. If you use a constant pointer to print array of elements, if you use the constant pointer, for here example int A of 5, so array is itself is the pointer, so we are no need to use the pointer symbol when you are going to declare the A. So if you want to, in array contains 15, 25, 67, 83 and 12. Here it is A of 0 is 15, A of 1 is 25, A of 2 is 67, A of 3 is 83, A of 4 is 12. Remember, these are, see the table, you can understand that A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3 and A of 4. So when you're going to display the elements, here pointer A. Pointer A means it is pointing to the first element. So 15 will be displayed. So normally array is a pointer. An array is a pointer. So it will display 15. Next, pointer A plus 1. In bracket you can see A plus 1. A plus 1 means is pointing to, it's an increment. It will increment by 1. So address is incremented by 1 means integer pointer. So it is increment by 2 bytes. So 25 displayed. A of 2 means 67. A of 3. A plus 3 means 83. A plus 4, 12 will be displayed. This is the pointers and arrays. Here the expression pointer A plus 3 exactly has the same effect of A of 3 in a program. A of 3 or A plus 3 both also same. The difference between the constant pointer and pointer variable that the constant pointer cannot be incremented or changed, while the pointer to an array which carries the address of first element may increment. When you are going to increment the first element, the base address or pointer value will not be incremented. The following example shows the relation between the pointer and one-dimensional array. Here a of 10 is a pointer, normal is a constant pointer, so n value is inserted. See, in pointer a of I means 0, second case 1, third case 2, next case 4, 3, 4, like that till 9. So while displaying also, star means pointer of a plus I, first 0, then 1, then 2, like that till 9 it will be continuing. This is about pointers and arrays. Next is array of pointers. There is a array of integers. Array means we can declare as array of integer is possible, array of float, like that. Is also possible to create array of pointers. How will create array of integer? How will create array of float? Array of characters, like that. It is possible to create array of pointers. An array of pointer means it is a collection of addresses. Mainly array is pointer is a collection of address. Pointer is pointing to the address or holds the address. So multiple addresses are held in array. So that is array of address or collection of address. Here is a general format of pointers. The pointer declaration is in star means a pointer variable, p in pointer in of 5. So 5 address 5 pointer is declared. Instead of creating the 10 pointers separately or 5 pointers separately, we can declare the pointer in the form of arrays. Above statement declares array of 5 pointer where each pointer point to the integer variable. Here is a programming example. Int p star p int is a pointer of 5. So int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, c is equal to 30, d is equal to 40, and e is equal to 50. So p int of 0 is equal to ampersand a, address of a. Address of a is assigned to p of p int of 0. Address of b is assigned to p int of 1, like that c, then d and e. And when you're going to display the elements, here cout pointer p int of I means it will display 0 which address is stored, which data is stored in a, that one. So 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 will be the output. The next we'll move to the pointers and string. String is a sequence of character that ends with the null character. Remember, string means it is a sequence of character, it will end with the null character. C++ provides two methods to declaring and initializing the string. There are two methods are possible to declare and initializing the string. So method 1 is char str of. Str of, you can directly give the values. In double quotes, values are given. Hello here, HELLO. When a string is declared using an array, compiler reserves one element longer than the number of characters. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters are there. Remember, 5 characters are. It will increase one more character, that will for null. Null character you should include later. So we are not including here, but compiler automatically include the null character at the end. So here the string str of 5 is declared means, but it will take the 6 bits to initialize first 5 values, hello, HELLO, and last one is a null character. Total 6 bytes are required. This is second method. In case of second method, character pointer str of 2 is equal to hello. But in this case, we are not using the arrays. It is not actually arrays. Means it is pointing to the array. String str is pointing to the first element. Or normally you will say that is pointing to the array. C++ treats string as constant like a other array and interrupts a string constant as a pointer to the first character of the string. This means whenever if you declare a pointer of character, character, this pointer is pointing to the first element. Remember, pointer is pointing to the first element of the character array. So here is an example. Okay, here you can see the example. Char str1 of hello, char pointer str2 is equal to hello. So these are the two methods. If you display the element will be displayed same. But if you display the elements cout str2, if you display the str2, the first element is displayed. First element is displayed. Then if you give str plus plus, you go for second element. It is displayed E. In first case, str means hello will be displayed. This is a normal array. In case of pointer, if you use a pointer, is pointing to the first element. If you use a pointer, is pointing to the first element in the array. So if you use str2, means h will be displayed. Next str2 plus plus, so it is incremented. So next if you displayed str2 means E is displayed. Next here once again if you use str plus plus L, next str plus plus once again L, if str plus plus O, like that we have to give the increment operator to display the all the elements in a string. Next is pointer as function arguments. The pointer can be a parameter. Like reference, it is also possible to pass the pointer in a function argument. It is same as reference parameter. Remember here, this one function is given, swap. A swap function contains a two argument, pointer m and pointer n, two argument. And when your operation should be done, temp is equal to pointer m. So which data is stored in pointer m, that will be changing to assigning to the temp. Which data is stored in pointer n, that will be changing to assigning to pointer m. Which data is stored in temp, that will be copying to pointer n. But difference here is when you're going to call the function. Here I call the function swap. When you're going to call the function, so I pass the address. Address of num1 is copied to pointer m. Address of num2 is copied to pointer n. So we can say pointer m is pointing to num1, pointer n is pointing to num2. So while passing, there is a small change. We have to pass the address. While receiving, we should receive in the form of pointers. Here, if we use, for the function may be invoked in two ways. One is call by value, call by reference. That what we studied in last year. We can call the functions by call by value and call by reference. In the second method, call by reference, we can use two methods. Call by value, only one method we use. But in case of call by reference, we can use two ways. One is passing the references or by passing the pointers. The two methods are possible to pass the values. One is pass by references and pass by pointers. Reference is the alias name, that you know that reference means it is an alias name. One more name is created for a variable. Then invoking the function by pass by reference. This we studied in last year. Same thing we studied in last year, remember. So in this case, when parameters are passed to the function by pass by a reference, then the formal parameter became the reference or alias to the actual parameters to the calling function. When you pass the parameters as a reference, so it will create the alias name and actual data is going to change. So this means function does not create its own copies. Does not create its own copies. The original data is going to change based on its reference. Here swap function. See the swap function. While we are going to receive, I use ampersand, address of m and address of n. Address of m and address of n. And while going to pass a and b. So it will create one more name for a here, one more name for b in m and n. Then last one is invoking the function by pointer. This is a new topic for us. When the pointers are passed to the function, when you're going to pass the pointer to the function, the address of actual argument in the calling function are copied into formal argument. Address of the actual argument in the calling function are copied into the formal argument of the called function. This means using the formal argument, the address of means the arguments actual formal argument means address of original values is called the function. We make the changing to the actual argument by calling the function. Normally, if we use a pass by reference or pass by pointers, it won't create the its own copy or it won't create the duplicate copies. Duplicate copies are not created. But here, if you use the pointer, we are passing the address means pointer m. In case of declaration, we can see pointer m. That pointer m is pointing to a and pointer n which pointing to the b. Means address of a is assigned to m, address of b is assigned to the n. So when you are going to change the data will be changed in actual argument, not in formal. So when you're going to swap A and B, it will change the data of A and B. A and B is going to change. Not only M and N, it also change the base or actual data of the program. So here in this session, we discussed about array of pointer, arrays and pointers, strings and pointers, functions and pointers, and passing by pointers and pass by reference, two methods. So today I will wind up my session. Thank you.